Mark Stone is so comfortable with yet another visit to the long-term injured reserve list that there are rumors circulating around Las Vegas right now that he might be replacing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. There's no place like home. Click your skates, Mark. We'll talk about Mark Stone's latest stint on LTIR next on this edition of Lockdown Golden Knights.
Your Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
That intro has to be made into a shorts.
You like that intro?
It has to be made into a shorts.
How about there's no
It's
place
terrible.
like home.
It's funny, but it's terrible. But anyway,
okay.
As you were, Tony, I apologize for cutting you off early in the show.
It's
but
WTF Day. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. He's Tony Cardasco. I'm Chris Golick. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. I'm a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Saturday Sports Beat radio show, heard everywhere on the Odyssey app from 8 to 9 a.m. Chris, the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the host of the Hockey News Collectible Show. Ahead on today's show, we preview the weekend back-to-back on the road in Sunrise and in Tampa, and WTF, what the Friday. I'm sure Chris will be railing on me for that open. You can now catch us on SSSEN, folks, Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. That is daily, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m., Cox Cable Channel 77, and also on YouTube TV.
What a start.
Today's episode is brought to you, it's WTF, it's What the Friday. We are brought to you today by Gametime. Download the Gametime app today. Use that promo code Lockdown Golden Knights. You'll get $20 off of your first purchase. Mark Stone is on LTIR, go figure, retroactive to October the 18th. His first eligible date to return is November the 15th. According to Puckpedia, VGK has about $2.5 million remaining in LTIR money. Is there anything that VGK can do with the excess cash?
Of course. Number one, listen, all the stuff about Mark Stone, this is two strange, unfortunate injuries for him. You had the spleen a while back, and then now, obviously, you got the bone injury. It's just bad luck. That's all it comes down to. I mean, Stone, as you put it, tumbles face first into the board, uses his nose to break his fall, pops up from that right away. So it's unfortunate, and Stone's been having such a fantastic season. Now he's going to miss a month to 2 months, and hopefully it gets better. Like you said, Puckpedia 2.487 is the current available cap space. Now there's a couple moving parts here. Early WTF, the fans, of course, have all sorts of venom outside of Southern Nevada right now with the Mark Stone LTIR news. But again, come playoff time, you have to ice a cap-compliant roster. Basically, the LTIR is out the window at that point. So something to keep in mind as the season progresses. In the short term, Carter Hart's. I mean, all signs point to a Carter Hart contract. They've pointed to that for the last 3 to 4 weeks now with all the rumors and everything. Of course, Carter needs to get on the ice, and the Golden Knights need to see what they have, and then they'll figure that out. But what this does is it alleviates some of the immediate pressure involving a potential Carter Hart contract. Until Mark Stone comes back, there's really no cap gymnastics or cap roulette, as I like to put it, that need to be done. Carter gets his $1.8 to $2 million contract. Stone comes back when he does, and they'll figure it out later on in the winter versus in the next couple of weeks.
So let's take a look at Mark Stone's LTIR history. 2022, the year that he missed the last 26 games due to the back injury. In 2023, he missed he missed 39 total games due to the back surgery. In 2024, he missed the last 26 games. There was that spleen gate, and then he missed 14 games last December, a year ago. So how many games do you feel Stone will miss now on the LTIR during this stint? Again, he can come back in mid-November, but do you think that they hold him out for cap reasons or what have you?
I mean, the cap reasons are only a very temporary thing if the Golden Knights find a way to, let him not play for an additional couple of weeks or anything like that. But again, that's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. with Mark Stone, as far as total number of games played, if he can get into the upper 40s, it's still going to be a very productive year given the injuries and everything. If he can get into the upper 40s, we're talking probably a 58 to 62 points the way Mark has been playing. So it's a fantastic year, no matter how things shake out. But again, early injury, who knows what happens later in the year.
I'm still not sold in his absence that Brendan Saad is the answer on that top line. And you said that you might put Brett Howden up there if Saad if he does not continue, but if he struggles there. Any chance of Pavel Dorofeev skating on the top line? Or what about the option again of putting Mitchie Marner back on the top line?
Yeah, no, they're all options. And it's nice that given the injuries that the team is facing, that there are all these very solid options. Having Mitchie on the second line, of course, opens things up, especially if Dorofeev stays there. Now you have Jack simply driving that line. Hopefully Barbashev and insert right winger here name can keep things going. Saad was fine in his first game on the top line. I think he's going to get an extended look there unless the scoring just goes dry on this road trip. Potential options, Howden, yes, Howden would be switching wings, but I don't think that really matters a whole lot, especially when Jack Eichel is your center. I'll even put a write-in vote for Alex Holtz. Here we are 3 weeks into the season. We're talking about Alex Holtz on the top line. Holtz has been just getting in all of the right spots on the ice. He's playing a physical game and getting to the dirty areas. So it might be a chance for Holtz to get things going. Dorofeev, yeah, I mean, with the game, with the level that Jack Eichel's playing at right now, it'd be pretty spectacular. And you never know, Coach Cassidy might decide that Hurdle's a winger or William Karlsson is a winger again. I don't think that's a good idea by any means, but that's you never know. But I think short term, I think for this entire road trip, it's likely Brandon Saad's position to lose. And after one game, as down as I've been on Saad, I mean, he was a borderline milk carton player for the first, 5-6 games of the year. He was very noticeable in his first game on the top line with Jack Eichel. So hopefully that'll keep going.
Come on. Eichel makes anyone look better, right?
Of course he does. Absolutely.
He'd make you look pretty good there.
Absolutely. I'd probably get one shot on goal a game, and I'd be very happy about that.
I want you to play Eichel in those beer league vignettes.
I'm in. Let's go.
I want you to go up against him.
Let's go.
That stick needs to be banned, by the way, too long. A big part of Mark Stone's game is that low to high passing, right, on the power play especially. We've seen those assists there cross the goal mouth, and he's had 11 apples already, 5 assists in the last 2 games that he played in. So they're desperately going to need him out there. You still have to, no matter who's out there, we know that Marner's a superstar, but you still have to build some sort of chemistry. And Shea Theodore up top, shoot the puck, right? He's going to have to eventually, Shea Theodore as QB1 now is going to have to find some lanes there, and he's going to have to take the shot from the point.
I'd expect Shea Theodore, now he's going to get some more touches on the puck. You're going to see his game elevate a little bit. If you took Shea Theodore in fantasy hockey and he's struggling, I think the next month or so is going to benefit you. So just greener pastures are ahead there. Yeah, I mean, listen, Mitch Marner taking Mark Stone's position, that there's going to be benefits. I think Marner obviously is a little bit better of a passer. Mark Stone drives the net a little bit harder. So it'll be interesting to see how the power play kind of pans out, moving those pieces around. And yeah, I mean, hopefully things keep on going, and we'll talk more about the road trip in a little bit, but not exactly the first 2 games aren't exactly the scariest of games. So hopefully they can find their footing early in the Florida Panthers game, which will set them up for a successful road trip.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at those 2 games. They're 2 winnable games now. Our total on the over-under for points was 2.5.
I'm still staying strong.
We might want to amend that. No, we won't.
No,
they'll take on the Panthers and the Lightning back-to-backs. We'll talk about it next on Lockdown Golden Knights. Let's be real. Making excuses doesn't solve anything. We've all heard from them before. It's just stress. I'm tired. It happens to everyone sometimes. But when it comes to performance, sometimes your body just needs a little bit of support. And that's where Rugiet comes in. Rugiet.com offers fast-acting doctor-prescribed treatments for ED designed to help you to stop making excuses and start making moves. Rugiet makes it easy to get started. You can just connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online. So there's no awkward waiting rooms, no in-person appointments and all that. And if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly straight to your front door. So visit Rugiet.com/LockedOnNHL today. You'll receive 15% off your first order. Let's spell it out for you. It's RUGIET.com/LockedOnNHL. And don't forget to use the promo code LockedOnNHL so they know that we sent you. Rugiet, stop making excuses and start making moves. We are also brought to you today by Gametime. Hockey season is officially here. It's upon us, and nothing beats being in the arena for those opening games of the season early on. And it's so much fun and good fisticuffs last night, Revo and Rempe. Wow, was that a good one? But let's be real. Getting tickets can be a total headache between waiting in queues and, you get these surprise fees that pop up and the prices jump right before checkout. It's so easy to get frustrated. And that's when you want to just go into the arena, cheer on your team. And that's where Gametime does come in. The app gives fans the advantage, and it's your ultimate life hack for scoring amazing NHL tickets, fast, easy, stress-free. So make sure that you check it out today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets, NHL tickets, and otherwise, no doubt, coming to town to that sphere. There's no place like home. Again, go to Gametime. Wow, that's a few octaves higher than I should be talking right now. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, LOCKEDONNHL, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Someone's having fun on today's show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you each and every day. Coming up later on today, WTF. Please subscribe to our Lockdown Golden Knights YouTube channel. The two teams that VGK faces off against this weekend, the Panthers and the Lightning, both lost on Thursday night. So let's talk first about Florida, otherwise known as Florida. They fell to the Panthers 5-3 despite outshooting Pittsburgh last night, Chris, 37-16. And as we know, the Panthers they're not at full strength. Barkov's out, Kachuk, Kulikov, Tomas Nosek, he's out. It's caught up to the Panthers now, 1-5 in their last 6. Brad Marchand, 2 goals last night, a chance to regroup to face VGK. But do you feel like the Panthers will be ready and back to their normal selves in the game tomorrow on Saturday?
I mean, their normal selves, it's kind of like the Golden Knights missing Mark Stone and Adin Hill, but you'd probably have to add like a Jack Eichel and a Mitch Marner to that equation, and then that would be a little more equal footing. Listen, the Panthers will be up for the game, and it's a weird game for the Golden Knights. It's like an odd, 3 p.m. local start or something like that, if I recall. First game of the road trip. There's a lot of things against the Golden Knights. Insert Coach Cassidy on the beach getting too much sun joke here from Tony. But just a lot of weird pieces to this game. This has always been a strange road trip in the past. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know. I mean, if the Golden Knights should be able to take advantage of a weak Panthers team that's struggling mightily besides Brad Marchand. I mean, Sergei Bobrovsky is currently at a 8.93 and a 2.61 goals against. I don't think Tarasov is going to be in, but if Daniil Tarasov draws in, he's an 8.87 and a 3.08. So there's goals to be had, but is Akira Schmidt or Carl Lindbaum up to the test?
There are some signs that perhaps Florida is coming out of it. Offensively, I listened to Paul Maurice's presser from last night. Said the team's been slow starting, tight with the puck, and they've had a lot of turnovers. Last night in the game, he said the second half looked much better, and he liked the way that they chased the game, and they had 2 power play goals. They woke up in the second part of that game, which isn't good news for VGK, and they woke up with some really good puck movement. Here's a statistic for you. The game against Boston the other night, on the power play, 15 shots on goal. 15. So, again, stay out of the box if you're VGK in this one.
15 shots means absolutely nothing to me. It's the high dangers. It's the chances generated.
That's not a ton. That's
No.
not a ton.
It's not that it's a ton. Are they meaningful? How many goals did they get in the power play that game?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we've seen this back in the Pete DeBoer days, who is still unemployed to this moment. Pete DeBoer has just put everything on the net on the power play, and all you do is you get the goalie's logo, the crest. The equipment manager gets mad because they got to clean off the crest from all the puck marks. So if they're good shots, fine, so be it. If their power play is scoring, but I don't care if they get 25 shots on 5 power plays. It doesn't matter if they're not quality shots.
Tampa, another team that is struggling. They are 1-4-2 to start the season. They lost the game to the Blackhawks on Thursday. Now, your Blackhawks, break them up, man. 3-2 was the final. Ryan Donato had a goal off of a long rebound with 54 seconds to go. It was the second of the game. And the first loss in 14 starts lifetime for Andrei Vasilevsky against Chicago. He was 13-0. And Nikita Kucherov, something to watch out for. He could score his 1,000th career point. He's at 999 right now. And you have to worry about, of course, Tampa. It's another team. Then they start slow last year. I was trying to think back, but they still have that scoring power with Ginsel and Braden Point, Kucherov. On the back end, you have Victor Hedman, and still a concerning team there. And sooner or later, both Florida and Tampa are teams that are going to wake up.
Looks like Tampa last year, just 3 losses in their first 10 games. So certainly unfamiliar territory for Tampa as this year is
wrong year.
It's all good. It's fine. But they're a vet team. Sometimes just veteran teams do start a little bit slower and pick it up as the season goes on. Vasilevsky, again, I mean, you talk about going to South Florida and playing back-to-backs possibly. I'm not sure what the goalie rotations are going to be, but possible back-to-backs against Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky. You think, oh, this is going to be tough. But again, Vasilevsky, 8.85 and a 3.41 goals against. I was talking to someone in my sports card stream last night asking if Father Time is finally catching up to Vasilevsky. So something definitely to watch. And can the Golden Knights find a way to get a few pucks behind him or whoever is going to be the netminder on the second part of that back-to-back without all of these key players? I would assume, we don't know, we won't know until tomorrow, but I would assume you're going to see Carl Lindbaum playing in that game against Tampa. Pretty cool if he's lined up against Vasilevsky in his first career NHL starts. And that's going to be a big storyline. Is Lindbaum, or the butterfly is going to be there, or is this going to be where a rookie comes in and just absolutely lights it up?
On Saturday, we're going to see Akira Schmid. That's the way I think you two. We feel as though it will unfold, and he's 4-0, including 2 wins in relief out of the bullpen. And then Sunday, as you mentioned, the anticipated start debut for Carl Lindbaum. As I mentioned on Thursday's show, the Swede has never been below a 900 save percentage on any level, including in the IKEA League.
I've been high on Lindbaum for the last year and a half talking about him, and kind of like Dorofeev, right? Look where Dorofeev is. So maybe my hunches will pay off here. And you do wonder here how, if Lindbaum plays well, if Schmid plays well, if Adin Hill's injury isn't going to be much, farther into December or early January, will the Golden Knights have a need for Carter Hart? Like, I think the biggest thing for Carter Hart was the insurance he offers if someone went down with the unknown factors. Well, you're going to get a good idea of what Schmid is going to be as a starter for the next month to month and a half. And you're going to get an idea at least of where Lindbaum's game is and where it could go. So there's a chance, again, with Golden Knights injuries, I still think they sign Carter Hart and find a way to make it all work. But if Schmid and Lindbaum do take care of business and show tremendous upside, there's a chance that Carter Hart there's no room.
Never happened. No, they're all in on Carter Hart. Come on.
You're probably right, Tony, but at the end of the day, it all needs to make sense.
And that leads us into WTF What the Friday.
Yeah, nothing's made sense so far with it, to be fair, but
coming up next, WTF on Locked On Golden Knights. The NFL season is here. There's still a lot of football to be played, and that's why you need to check out FanDuel today. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and you'll receive $300 in bonus bets if that bet wins. That's right. Pick a bet, put down the 5 clams, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets that you can use across the application. The best part about FanDuel is that you get paid immediately, right as soon as the score goes final. So no shenanigans there. We definitely love the way that FanDuel gives you so many options. Of course, you could build the same game parlays, you could try the player props, and you can even follow the live lines and bet on those lines during each and every game. It makes watching football even more exciting this season when you've got a little bit of something riding on the action. No line on the Raiders this weekend because they're off. It's a bye week.
They'll still lose.
Whether you're a casual or you love diving, bye week -3 over the Raiders. If you love diving into stats, or if you're a casual fan, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com today, download the FanDuel app, and get things started. Back on this edition of Lockdown Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks so much for tuning in wherever you might be or whatever platform you're watching us on. Of course, SSSEN statewide, and that comes up daily at 1 o'clock. And here in Southern Nevada, it's Cox Cable Channel 77. We got to find out how to find it there on cable TV in Reno. But thank you so much to all the folks reaching out to us that have seen us on TV. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to talk from the start. It's WTF time, by the way. Brad Marchand and Bruce Cassidy, they're Goombas, so to speak. Cassidy, I think, was his assistant coach for Marchand with the Providence Bruins and all that. But Cassidy coming out strong with the troll game. He knows his tan will be 100% with no tan lines, or what, you can check that out yourself, Call. But Cassidy trolling Marchand on the Boston homecoming earlier this week. He said, I saw him bawling his eyes out. He's such a smack talker. He's going to hear about that on Saturday. WTF. But I want to see Marchand, like he did with Rasmus Dahlin. I want to see him take William Karlsson's bucket off of his head and then take all the straps off and throw it back on the ice. WTF. Can we start there?
You're assuming William Karlsson's going to take a run at somebody, let alone Brad Marchand, for that to happen. But
let's have some fun. Come on, man.
Last time I actually remember,
where's that voice from? It's from beyond. Go ahead.
I wonder if it was, I think it was the Florida Panthers like 3 or 4 years ago. Similar game, Saturday early game. I think there was like a pretty big ruckus at the end. I'm pretty sure William Karlsson actually cross-checked someone right in the face. Probably the only time, but still he did it. So it happened once. So you talked about that fight earlier, Revo and Rempe. That was the battle of two players averaging a combined 8 minutes a game. The fighting is entertaining, but this Reeves, Rempe, and people like that, there's just no more place in the game for players like that. And it's a different game. And unfortunately, Reeves and Rempe are simply taking up roster spots right now for players who are going to have legit NHL futures. We'll see how long people like Reeves and Rempe can stay in the game. I mean, Reeves is a protector right now for Celebrini and Will Smith, and I guess kudos to Reeves for throwing his bucket on the ice when Celebrini got the Hattie. But besides that, Revo and Rempe have absolutely zero value in today's NHL. WTF.
WTF, hang the Dorofeev Forsberg goal in the Louvre, since there's plenty of space now since the Louvre was robbed. That's a WTF there. WTF, what concerns me most about this VGK roadie is sunburn. That's a WTF. Okay. WTF, I still say VGK needs secondary scoring this weekend and goals by defensemen in Florida. Good teams are going to clamp down on the top 6, and then it's going to be up to someone else to get goals. So that's a WTF there. Let's take a look at some of these comments from I was going to say our fans, but some of them are not our fans. They might be your fan, but not mine. WTF, this is from Yoda Jenkins. I figured out why Cassidy keeps doing that swaying left and right thing. It looks exactly like when the kids need to go to the bathroom, but are trying to hold it until the dam burst. Good take there, WTF. E-runs, WTF is this schedule. Open with 3 and 4. Now they have 4 days off before another 3 and 4 on the road. WTF, Gary Adrian. Tony's rants this week, always anti-VGK. Me? And doesn't leave it be, i.e., the no call on Barbashev's goal. Shaking my head. I always worry when he picks VGK to win. So, Gary, I will pick WTF, VGK to sweep the weekend series there in Florida. How's that? And WTF from Salty SJW Tears.
Oh, God.
WTF, why is Tony on the show? Hashtag replace Tony at Sisypher. WTF, why, oh, why does Stone always get hurt?
Tough to
Let's
follow up.
explain.
But I got a
We
couple.
need to explain.
I got a couple quickies here. Merck's Movies on YouTube. Love to listen to you guys. Used to only listen to the Insider Show. Now we are their go-to pod. So thank you, Merck's
Appreciate
Movies,
that.
for
Thank
that.
you.
We do appreciate
Thanks so
that.
much.
HSK, it's young, but their first two games of this AHL campaign, they have averaged 3,241 in the attendance column of a total capacity of 5,567. In looking at the videos, I'd probably shave a good 12 to 1,500 off those numbers. But again, HSK doing a lot of things right with the free parking and the lower concession fees and things like that. So something to watch for if they're going to find a way to get the support back for many of the fans who have only seen on social media comments about high fees and lack of entertainment and things like that. So HSK is trying. We'll see if the fans support it. Hopefully they do.
WTF. Okay, so some people who support VGK still do not understand the sport of hockey. Case in point, the game here Monday night, Chris, against Carolina. So VGK commits a penalty, a delayed penalty at that. The Canes send their goalie to the bench. All VGK needs to do is touch the puck, right? And that stops play.
That's not all they need. No, that's not accurate. They have to control the puck.
Control the puck. Yes. Stop the puck, control it. Okay. In any event, Cole Reinhardt intercepts the pass in the neutral zone, and you hear the fans on TV cheering as though he's going to score an empty net goal.
They did.
Are those the fans? Are those the fans in your section, Golick, for crying out loud? Teach them hockey.
I heard that.
You did hear that? Okay.
And the fans know hockey.
I'm not making that up. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially wow, that's the end of the show already. Especially our everydayers. Hang this show in the Louvre. Of course, plenty of room there. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Lockdown Golden Knights. For Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. And we'll see you again on Monday right here on Lockdown Golden Knights.